actually speaking for my son, Brian, and myself. He and I have been co-directing wheelchair tennis for over 25 years. And Brian and I were so excited and pleased to hear about her induction into the Hall of Fame. I immediately called you, Kaitlyn, and we really kind of cried over the phone as to how far she's come and how deserving she is of this award. We began working with Kaitlyn at the early age of 13. She happened to see a flyer for one of our wheelchair weekly tennis lessons and came with her mother. I noticed immediately that she had high energy, very courageous, and I could see her almost getting bored. So I went up to her immediately after. I said, I see you have high energy, you're great in your chair, love to work with you personally. Things started very quickly and fast for her. A year and a half after we started tennis, she was 5th in the juniors in the country. She was actually asked to represent the country at the World Cup Games. Well, then she was interested in high school tennis to play on her high school team. So the coach and I got together. We went to the WIA, which is our governing body in Wisconsin, and said, all right, we have a wheelchair player. First one in Wisconsin, wants to play tennis. And of course, they didn't understand, and we had to make them understand that she would be allowed the 2 bounces, which is the USTA rule. They agreed, and she was actually on her varsity tennis team. And then later years, she was inducted in the High School Hall of Fame. Since she played high school tennis, she was even wanting to pursue college tennis. So she and I did go to Arizona in Tucson and kind of looked at their program. And of course, they had a lot of wheelchair tennis going on there. So she ended up going to school there. She is a trailblazer. I mean, and here in Wisconsin, she was the first wheelchair athlete that we've had. So she's really educated our state in what is possible and what should be happening in our state. We are just thrilled for you, Kaitlyn, how you have personally succeeded and are helping others.
Kaitlyn, what a wonderful honor for you, and congratulations to be inducted into the USTA's Midwest Section Hall of Fame. I met Kaitlyn Verfuerth when she was a junior tennis player. This is going back, I think, to the earliest 2000s. She was part of our USTA National High Performance Junior Team, World Team Cup member at that point, maybe aspiring Paralympian. Kaitlyn has always been one of the happiest people I know, and always wanting to help and make others feel good. She was always a pleasure to be around. I think everybody wanted to spend time with Kaitlyn because so positive, so uplifting, so happy, and such a tough athlete. And I think everybody appreciated all of those character traits of Kaitlyn. And I think to this day, everybody just loves spending time with her. And Kaitlyn really is one of the best Paralympians we've ever had, not just tennis, but just overall. She's had such an amazing athletic career. We saw such a great athlete as a kid. She played some basketball, obviously tennis, and just overall athletically was exceptional. We knew that as a junior tennis player. She had the speed, she had the power, she had the work ethic, she had the competitive drive. And I think for us as coaches, we felt like we have really for the first time on the women's side, an all-court style, meaning Kaitlyn can stay back and play offensively. She can defend well because of her speed. She had a knack for going forward and volleying and having good instincts at the net, which also made her an exceptional doubles player. It just showed that Kaitlyn was just an all-around performer. She could be anywhere on the court and be comfortable, and that is rare. We had a great group of women's tennis players we were kind of transitioning out of, and Kaitlyn was that next generation. And it really, I think, began in World Team Cup, which is wheelchair tennis's Davis Cup, Billie Jean King Cup equivalent. And she started on the junior team, had touched that #1 junior in the world status. I think the first that we've ever had in the US, having a junior reach the top level. And then from there, transitioned to the women's team, and then making the Paralympic team in 2004. We knew that great things were ahead for Kaitlyn. But I thought a shiny moment was in 2007 when she won the gold medal at the Parapan American Games in Rio. That was the very first Parapan American Games that had wheelchair tennis involved. She's done amazing things as a junior tennis player, as an adult tennis player, and now post-career, continuing to give back is what makes Kaitlyn so exceptional.
Hey, Kaitlyn, congratulations on being inducted in the USTA Midwest Hall of Fame. I've known Kaitlyn for at least a decade. but I've had the fortune of working side by side with her at Ability 360 for the last 3 years, and it's just been a tremendous honor to work alongside with her. She's really the type of person that makes people better without even trying. She's just got a spirit about her that makes people work harder towards being independent in their life. She's an incredible advocate for people with disabilities and of all abilities, really. I mean, she just lives life to the fullest, but she decided to move down the hill from Flagstaff. She called me up and said, Gus, I'd really like to work at Ability 360. I said, okay, you're hired. We'll figure something out. In the realm of tennis, she, just got so many people excited about wheelchair tennis and tennis in general. Our tennis program just blew up. I mean, we have twice a week, sometimes we have up to 30 athletes. And that is wonderful to have, but you have to have a leader behind that, and that's who she is. Although we have a sports and fitness center here at Ability 360, first and foremost, we're a center for independent living. We advocate for people with disabilities. We did a part of the Grand Canyon this year, where we had a drive to Henderson, and then we flew into Bar 10. I think we should do a kayak trip to Emerald Cove at Lake Mead. That trip was successful. The people that went, feel stronger about their independence through being in the outdoors, participating in a kayak adventure, and she shared that with everybody. And she puts in the work. She shows up. She pours into people. There's times where I was telling her the other day where, we need to get from point A to point B, and it might be up a little rocky cliff or up a river, and because she's pretty petite, she can climb on my back and I can carry her places. And I told her, as much, little places that I've carried you, with your chair or whatever, that are super inaccessible, you put a lot of people on your back and carry them too. Not all great athletes make great coaches, but Kaitlyn is just an incredible people person. She's a wonderful coach, and she sees the good in everybody, and it's a blessing to have her on a staff here at Ability 360.